Hey YouTube, Kim Brzezlik here. I don't know, a couple of videos back I was cutting 50 thousandths of an inch. Well, I paid for that. It got to where as soon as I engaged my tool, it went left, right, up, down. It went everywhere. Hopefully, I clean everything, adjust everything, tighten it up. Hopefully I'll be back to doing what I consider, pretty much precision work on this thing. This would be a good time to show one of my modifications to the saddle. I think that's called the saddle. What they give you with Harbor Freight is this. And that bolts up underneath there. And there's your travel. So what I came up with was this aluminum piece. There's 2 ball bearings going lateral and 4 going up against the bedway. And there are grub screws behind the ball bearings to make adjustments. And then there's cap head screws to mount it. So I did try a few things to eliminate the backlash here, which did not work. The first thing I tried was putting this little washer here up against this flange. That did not help me. Matter of fact, when everything was put back together and that was there, I couldn't move the crank at all. So then I tried putting it on the opposite side of that flange with the same effect. So I might sand this down to half its thickness and try again, or I may just put it back together the way it came from the factory. Well, here's all my parts and pieces. I got them all cleaned up and spruced up. I may do something different with my carriage lock. As the cross slide traveled, the gib adjusting screws would basically catch on that. Not so much that, but it would catch on the tip of my handle if it was at like 1158, 1159. And of course, I wouldn't be getting anything because that's basically putting the brakes on. So I may come up with a different design for a carriage lock. I did originally try to make one of these for the front, and I actually, how would this go? I actually put this cutout on the wrong side. This clearance. It would go right around there, or something like that area. But, of course, this is backwards. It has to be like this to work, because the ball bearings are on the outboard side of that piece. So maybe this time, if I do it again, I can do a little better job of making that clearance hole opening. You know, this is about 60 days into my lathe experience, so it's not like I knew it. You know, I would do it differently this time, and I think since I still don't have a mill, I'm thinking that I might put relief cuts in here. You know, cut into the center, you know, 1/2 inch, and then start coming in shallower and shallower and shallower, and then just knock all those fins out, and then file it smooth. So, and this is the little machine shop DRO for the mini lathe, and what they send you is this electronic device. You're using your own crank, and they send you a new screw. And on the compound, they give you a few, well, they give you basically the same thing. Yep. That's all I got. Even though you think your lathe can cut 50 thousandths of an inch at a pass, doesn't mean you should do it. You gotta remember the limitations of your equipment. So, lesson learned. It's probably the 3rd time I've learned that lesson. I just hope when I get it all back together, it'll be at least as tight as it was when I started. Please like and subscribe. Tell a buddy. Bring a friend.